students, I'm Mrs. Langelier and welcome to another lovely episode of a science demonstration. Today what we're going to do is we are going to look at what happens with some enzymes. Now we have a lot of enzymes in our body. They control all these different chemical reactions that go on in our body. We have thousands, in fact tens of thousands of enzymes. And today we're going to look at one specific enzyme whose job it is to break down hydrogen peroxide. Why would we need to do that? Well, hydrogen peroxide is a byproduct of a lot of the reactions in our bodies, and it's kind of poisonous to our cells, so our bodies have to break it down. So, first thing we're going to do is take some hydrogen peroxide and just look at it to see what happens when we put it into a test tube. So, put some in there, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's not much going on. There's a few tiny little bubbles kind of stuck to the side, but nothing much going on in there. So, first thing we want to do after we do that, look, is it bubbling? Not really. It's just little bubbles on the side. There's no bubbles coming up to the top. So, I'm going to take my forceps, you might know them as tweezers, and I'm going to pick up this lovely gooey piece of beef liver and drop it into hydrogen peroxide. Oh, it's not going to drop. Fortunately, I have a spatula. I'm going to push it down. It's really sticky. Whoa. You can kind of tell when it hit the hydrogen peroxide. Push it down a little more, just kind of sit on top of it. So, what's it doing? It's very warm. This test tube got real warm, bubbling like crazy. It's going to overflow the top. So we'll put it over here in the test tube stand. It's awesome. Look at it go. All right, so that was question 1, question 2, question 3. So you want to make sure you fill those out on your sheet. So we'll let it bubble for a minute. I have a waste beaker. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour off some of this liquid. Okay, you know how much liquid? Into the waste beaker. This is very warm. I don't know if it's just plugging it or it used up all the liquid. Seems to have kind of used it up. Got a couple drops out of there. Not too much. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some more hydrogen peroxide and see if anything continues to happen. And it is. So you can see it's bubbling more. So whatever's making that reaction happen looks like it's still going on. Okay, so we're done with that one. That was part 1. Part 2. And some nice kind of milky liver there at the bottom. We'll clean that later. Okay, so now we are going to put some hydrogen peroxide in 5 test tubes. Get some of that mess off there so we can see what's going on. All right, so now we're going to start part 3. In part 3, we're going to compare some different things in our 5 test tubes. So we'll start over here on this side with test tube 1. We're going to put a piece of liver in here. I bet we can guess what's going to happen with this one. Let's see if we can get the really big piece of liver. It's kind of stuck. Maybe not. Okay, little piece of liver. And there it goes. Test tube 2, we're going to put a piece of carrot in. Test tube 3 is a piece of apple. Right. Test tube 4 is a piece of a potato. And test tube 5 is a piece of a mushroom. All right, so let's look at those and figure out how much they're bubbling. And you're going to rate it from 0 to 4. And if you look at your chart, 0 is no bubbles. A 1, it bubbles really slowly, has almost no bubbles. A 2 has kind of a steady rate of bubbles. A 3 is bubbling pretty rapidly but not foaming. And a 4 is foaming. So you've got a chart there, and you're going to give them the 0 through 4. So take a good look at each of them. We have the liver, the carrot, apple, the potato, and the mushroom. Now, checking temperatures. I don't want to touch this one. Okay, this one, number 1, is warm. Number 5 with the mushroom is just slightly warm, and the rest of them just feel room temperature. All right, so those are your observations. Now what you need to do is make sure you read through the beginning part of the information part of the lab, your questions, you answer the questions, the data part, and then start doing your analysis questions. And that would be questions 7, 8, 9, 10. And for bonus points, do the bonus questions. Have fun.